It's time for Q&A in the Kitchen. That's a podcast and YouTube series where we talk about common questions that those that collect tattoos and piercings ask. Brought to you in part by Skin Kitchen Tattoo, the Axiom Body PIercing Studio. Today we've got the usual crew, the Wrecking Crew, the Motley Crew, the Obvious Crew, our cast.
I want to be Tommy Lee.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
He gets all the puss.
Yeah, yeah. There's all kinds of rumors about.
We're starting it off
stuff.
with that, so you know it's going to be a good one.
Going blue already.
Stick around. It only gets weirder.
Okay. But we have Jack Lowe from Skin Kitchen Tattoo, tattoo tattoo artist and owner
I do own some.
of the Skin Kitchen. Next to him is Westley Dickerson, tattoo artist of the Skin Kitchen. Next to me is Jimmy St. John, tattoo artist at the Skin Kitchen. And me, DaVo, the body piercer and owner and operator of the Axiom Body PIercing Studio. What we're going to talk about today is kind of a seasonal thing because we have, this will be, we have, I think, one more episode before Christmas, but hey, maybe you're trying to get that done early. So what we're going to talk about today is some suggestions for those in your life that are tattoo and piercing fans for gifts.
Yeah, sometimes that can be kind of tough. Outside of the really obvious one that I like to, recommend everyone is gift cards or gift certificates to their favorite artist or their favorite shop. That's a great one. A lot of tattoo fans, that's really the best gift you could give them. Is give them some hours in the chair. But I've been kind of thinking about this one. This was kind of your brainchild. I want to hear what you have to say.
First off, with the gift cards, easy kind of sneaky way to do that if you're one of those people that hates it when everybody knows exactly what they're getting. Yeah. Is ask them, I'm thinking about getting a tattoo or thinking about getting a piercing. Who would you suggest? Because that'll generally tell you right away who their favorite artist is.
And another thing, too, that comes up a lot when people are trying to do that, they don't really know how much. How much do they cost? I know they like it and da-da-da. And what I usually say is, you can just spend what you're comfortable, whatever. And if, when they go to get the tattoo, if it's going to be more expensive, whatever, and you want to cover it, then you can just cover it. But at least then they have that thing to open. It's like, oh, hey.
You gotta start.
Yeah.
And then you can say, hey, I just put this on it, but I'm not really sure, but I want to make sure you get something nice. So, and then you can go from there. Then they at least have that thing to open.
Yep. Excellent idea.
Exciting stuff. And the other thing would be most studios do have T-shirts. And even when you don't get tattooed to the place or pierced to the place, a lot of people like to collect them.
Yeah.
So if you've noticed that your family member or significant other or whoever you're buying it for seems to wear a lot of tattoo T-shirts, chances are that's going to be a good option too. Yep. Mm-hmm. The other thing is, and I'm old school, I like books. Yep. And I have a number of them that I would suggest. For the piercing fans, I would suggest, and the tattoo fans, if they don't have it already, Modern Primitives. It's a research book from 1991. Mm-hmm. And there's like a 20th anniversary version of that. So even if they have the book, getting the 20th anniversary hardbound would be kind of cool.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Another one would be Ed Hardy's, what is it called? Tattoo Times, if you could find them, but they are really, really expensive. The Piercing Bible, of course, by Miss Angel would be a great option. Responsible Body Piercing would be another one. Jim Ward helped with that. It's kind of more of a pamphlet. Also, Running the Gauntlet by Jim Ward. A couple other ones, and I'll put the affiliate links in the description on these. A couple of other ones would be like the Ed Hardy book, Vintage Tattoos, which is just old school tattoo designs and so forth. If they're the type of person that likes to put things on their walls, I would suggest buying some vintage tattoo flash.
I was just thinking
and
that.
just frame that up and put it up. That looks really cool.
Or vintage photos of tattooed people from back in the day, black and white photos.
Lots and lots of tattooers. So line work books and stuff like that. They're just fun collector things too. Just books of artwork from.
That can be kind of tough to chase down, I think, for like the average bear. But you know what? Sullen SULLEN is a big company, and they deal with it's all artists. Artwork and it's really
like
beautiful stuff.
Conglomerate
T-shirts
of
and hats and bags and a lot of stuff like that. You really can't go wrong with a tattoo fan.
No,
you know, get on their site SULLEN. We're not paid by them or nothing. By nobody, but they've got really beautiful stuff. And
that's more of an art collective too. A lot of the top artists all contribute and put art in.
It's
and
all
stuff. It's amazing stuff.
A1 artwork, like really nice. Like I don't want to say classy, but just high end.
High end more.
Like the high end art. It's not like your typical, Sailor Jerry type stuff, which obviously is awesome. But they focus more on the fine art end of it and all that. So
you can find you can find a lot of stuff. There's a lot of tattoo artists, especially the more famous ones, have put out illustrated books at some point.
Yeah.
Now I know Bob Roberts did a lot of them. Ed Hardy, but those they're art books. They can be very expensive.
Yeah, they get expensive.
So if you got a couple $100s to spend, and the person is already a fan of that style, then yes, that makes sense.
Right.
But another thing you might want to consider is if there's a particular type of art they like. As far as references, things like I would suggest, like especially if they're into pinups, picking up some pinup books. Usually they're fairly inexpensive. If you go to Half Price Bookstore, they have tons of them usually. There's like a whole section. Also like Pilot, if they're into vintage stuff, the Pilot airplane noses.
Oh the bomber
nose art. Yes, that's a big
lot
one.
Of fun stuff.
And then maybe some of the more extreme artists, like what's his name? Robert Williams. That kind of bold, just out of control colors. Prints by him too would be probably something a tattoo fan would dig.
Yeah, indeed.
As far as piercing, I really don't suggest buying people jewelry, and the reason being is that. Number one, unless they pick it out, it's a very personal thing. Number two, it can be difficult to size them. It's not like there's a universal size that you just buy and everybody can have. And usually, unless you know a little bit about piercing jewelry, you don't know what the quality is like until you get it.
On that same note, when you were talking about gift cards, and it's kind of a thought to be aware of, is some people come in, they want to get the gift of a tattoo and skip the gift card. They want to set up the appointment, but they want it to be a surprise. I try to tell people, be wary of that, because one, if you're surprising somebody with a gift of a tattoo, a gift card gives them the time to think of their idea, come in, set the appointment. If they surprise up, one, they're not mentally already in the zone for a tattoo.
No.
And two, you try describing their idea to me over the phone, and they come in, I haven't drawn what they want because I didn't talk to them.
Yeah, you need time for some personal contact.
Exactly. So the surprise tattoo, while is a fun thing for people to do, is kind of a hassle. And person getting surprised with a tattoo might not be getting exactly what they want because it was dropped on them.
Just make sure that you surprise them with the tattoo in enough time if you did set up an appointment to where we would have time.
And it goes along the same line of the jewelry that you're saying there. It's easier to get a gift card for the jewelry than to get the jewelry because you're probably going to get it, possibly get it wrong size or wrong quality or wrong piece that they're looking for.
A lot of little moving pieces.
Yeah,
exactly.
And another thing is if it's somebody that's basically what we refer to as a tattoo or piercing virgin. And they've kind of talked about it. Maybe a gift card's not a good idea because a lot of times there's probably a reason why they haven't gotten around and committed to it.
Yeah, if they're a first timer, unless you know for sure that they are just chomping at the bit, unless maybe you're going to use it or somebody you know. But the tattoo fans in your life, they just their life is set out by how long it is till the next appointment.
Yeah.
I mean,
really
we all have clients like that they just love getting tattooed. It's like their favorite hobby is coming in and having a good time.
Those people are great, man. I love them.
Oh man, I do too. But another thing I was thinking, outside of the artwork and things, that maybe wouldn't, I don't know, come up to some people was I was thinking like they have a lot of this pain management stuff now.
Yeah.
And it's with these huge people are just getting bigger and bigger pieces all the time. So the pain management has become a bigger deal. Before an average tattoo might take just an hour or two, but now I often have 4 to 5 to 7 hour sessions at least once or twice a week, and that's a long time. So I've been trying to tell people, people kind of have this I don't know, tough guy attitude about it. Like they don't, they want to be able to do it and say that they didn't have to. What I'm like,
you don't gotta.
Rid of that is ridiculous. Even using the pain management stuff is only bringing your, the comfort down or the pain down a little
bit.
Yeah,
it's tattooing is somewhat of a brutal act, and it shouldn't be torture. I don't think if you can do something to relax you, make it a little more comfortable and everything, I'm all for it. So there's several brands out there. Hush is one that I've had my clients use is good, and they have you put it on before you get tattooed. I think it's an hour or two, and then when you come in, a lot of times we'll just unwrap it, clean it up, and get ready to go. And then once you've got this skin broken after an hour or two, there's a topical spray that you can use. It's kind of similar to like a Bactine type spray, and that desensitizes. So even something like that for a tattoo fan,
totally.
I mean, depending on the person, they might take it wrong, but there are going to be those clients out there, those people that are going to be like, oh, that's awesome.
Nummify is the brand I think we use, and you can get that on Amazon. It's like $26, $30 or something like that for a 2 to 4 ounce bottle.
Yeah.
And if I was getting a sleeve done or a back piece and come Christmas time and I get that in present, I'm not going to be mad about that.
Dude, anything that
I got
makes it
multiple
easier to
sessions
get,
coming up.
I'm into it.
Yeah.
I've been getting tattooed for years, and it's never been pleasant. It all kind of hurts a little bit. So if there's anything I can do to make it easier, I'm in.
And that's what I tell people. I almost have to like talk them into trying it because they're like, "Oh, wait, are you effing with me? Like, what are you talking about?" I'm like,
I'm not calling you a sissy or anything.
This
I'm just
isn't
trying
like
to
a
make it
competition
easy.
to see how much pain you can take. I mean, the more comfortable you are, the more relaxed you are, the better I can work.
The better it works.
So you're helping yourself get a better product, a better tattoo. You're getting more for your money. Really, it's helping both of us. The more you're squirming and uncomfortable and all that.
I've spritched it on people that weren't uncomfortable or having any issues with pain, but just because I knew we were going to take a break. And I want them to feel it. So next time when you're getting that throat or the back piece or some painful thing, you'll remember, oh, that guy, I didn't need it last time, but it worked. And I need it now.
Yeah, that's, your comfort is paramount, really.
Absolutely.
So that might be something kind of neat to think about for some people.
Idea.
Or even like they make specific tattoo sunblocks and products like that.
Great stocking.
Lots of
great little, hey, I thought a little more than just a lottery ticket kind of thing,
Like Nelmed, saline, anybody that gets piercings done on a regular basis, that's going to be what they want.
What's it called?
Nelmed, piercing aftercare spray is the best stuff because it comes out in a mist. The other stuff would be like wound wash. It's a nice thing to have around the house. I just want to put a couple disclaimers on the numbing stuff. First off, I don't really suggest it for piercing because the pain is so monetary or momentary.
Yeah, it's just
it's a big, huge difference. Everybody always wants to go, what's worse, tattooing, piercing, tattooing? It's like piercing is usually a little more intense for like the initial, but it's a lot shorter. Tattooing, I always explain to people the part that I hate the most is sitting still for that long, and that's partly because I just get to a point where I'm just agitated and don't want to take it anymore. It's like, okay, that's it, I'm done. And the numbing stuff can help with that. With the piercing side of it, it's kind of iffy. The other thing is anybody that's thinking about using it, you might, if you have any type of sensitivity to medications, you should probably check with your doctor.
And try
or
it,
spot test
it, or whatever the manufacturer suggests. Definitely. I mean,
read the warning label.
I'm not saying anything I suggest or we suggest. We're not saying that it can't hurt you or that we've used it in every possible scenario and it has been. But we're just trying to give you some ideas for Christmas, man.
Don't be afraid to shy away from trying them out.
Yeah, I thought what would be really cool. It just kind of dawned on me because I'm super smart. But like if you do have that person that's like kind of like I really want a tattoo, but they're kind of wishy-washy, get them a gift card and some of the numbing stuff.
There you go.
Like here you go. Now you got no excuses.
Perfect.
You're set. I got you a great guy or gal to do your tattoo. I got it paid for, and I got it. I got your pain managed. So
that's awesome.
Where's your excuse now?
Throw some aftercare stuff in there. Some of what is it?
I really like Aquaphor.
Aquaphor, Lubriderm.
It works great. Yeah.
And just make a little gift basket.
Right? Yeah, that would be
sure
really
it's
neat.
unscented.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Get him like a Gatorade and like a protein bar. You know,
snacks, everything kind of
new headphones and a book,
and then give it to him. Yeah,
right.
That's awesome.
Man, you know, we need a snack bar here. As many clients come in and they have their little day pack of their, man.
I want like a little whiskey decanter table with little cups and glasses on it.
Right? Yeah. Some hors d'oeuvres and maybe not quite that far. We might have to raise our prices.
Right. A little classy.
Yeah, it'd be like a spa treatment kind of thing.
Right,
you know?
Yeah.
No.
Scotch and tattoos.
Right.
Scotch and tattoos and cigars.
So what do you think? Anything?
I was thinking back and forth on it, and it kind of occurred to me, like, if you do happen to get your gift cards from us, we offer T-shirts and some other little things with ours to make it.
Yeah.
So people have something to open.
Exactly,
besides just a card.
Last year, I think it was something over $100 gift card, and you got a free T-shirt with that gift card. For if you're buying a gift card for somebody, T-shirt was thrown in there too. You picked the size, and I don't know if that was the exact number, or a print or something too. We had prints going on.
We kind of try to put together something every year, and we're doing the same thing this year. T-shirt, we're getting some stickers in there, and some other swag and stuff. So the person has something to open. It makes it more fun than here's an envelope.
Right.
Exactly.
Little card.
Merry Christmas.
Yeah. But
pull a T-shirt out of that envelope.
What?
If you're not just a tattoo fan, but if you know somebody that has somebody in your family that does tattoos or stuff, some of the old vintage stuff is really good to get, like the old Stony Nose How books, or the DVDs, or the Ed Hardy DVDs, or a lot of that stuff's really cool and interesting.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, if you have an artist, a tattoo artist, or someone who's wanting to,
explore
become, that's really, especially with the Modern Primitives book that you mentioned.
Yes.
That's like it's like a Bible, really. You start there. That taught me so much about the beginnings, the origins, how it came about, who and why, and it's really, really cool.
It's fascinating.
Yes,
the cool thing about like vintage tattoo stuff, if you got a tattoo artist in your family, is a lot of that equipment, the older stuff, it's outdated. It's not expensive vintage stuff. You're buying probably fairly cheap things that hold a lot of sentimental value to that artist. Like, you get an old frame, an old tattoo frame that's from the 50s. It probably didn't cost you hardly anything to buy that frame. But for an artist who gets it, we really
depending
appreciate
on who
stuff
made it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Some of those frames, man, it'll blow your
mind. It's like the Holy Grail.
Yeah.
Shopping for your tattoo artist is actually kind of cheap if you look at it that way. You can find some cheap
right,
stuff.
Yes.
I'm happy it's that old.
Yeah.
And if you are buying for an artist, art reference books, things like Celtic art does not work, so that everybody hates to do.
Yeah.
Anything that relates to Polynesian, tribal, any fine art books, especially if it's instructional stuff, that kind of thing. That stuff will be very helpful.
Yeah.
Now, what if, and I was thinking about this today as I was writing in, what would you suggest for somebody that's possibly, it's a gift for somebody that's thinking about becoming an artist? Maybe they're in their, teenage at this point in time. What would you suggest as far as like crafts?
Save up, buy an iPad Pro, and get Procreate.
Yeah.
These
days, draw.
Yep, and just keep working at it.
Paper, pencil, brush,
anything.
All that stuff is fine. It's great. It's awesome. It's all creating art. But the best thing about your iPad is you never have to replenish your inkwell. You never have to sharpen your pencil. You never have to look for your circle template. You never have to find your ruler. You don't have to have a place to set up and have the proper light. You bring your art studio everywhere you are. Everywhere.
Yep.
It's changed.
Invaluable.
My whole artist side is completely different now.
Absolutely.
And to get that, you can create art so fast. You can get reference so quick. You can edit things. You can share things. There's nothing in my mind better out there to strengthen your artistic muscle than that frickin' iPad.
Absolutely.
And even the iPad, you don't need the iPad Pro anymore. Most of the iPads, I think, work with the pencil now.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So check it out, because you can get a
tech.
relatively inexpensive iPad and still, so don't think you got to dump $1,000 or more on it.
And it doesn't have to be somebody that's thinking about getting into tattooing. It could be any type of artist. It's
pool
the family money and buy them an iPad.
Yeah.
They're going to get a lot of use out of it.
That's the starting point if somebody is, I would think, if they're thinking about getting into tattooing. Because if you're not into it, the only gift you can really get them beyond that is the foot in the door to a shop for somebody to teach you. You getting them a tattoo machine and needles before they have anybody to show them how to use it.
I was going to say, you that's really the only thing you can do until you're in a protected environment under the wing of someone who knows what they're doing, so you're not going to injure yourself or injure someone else. The only thing you can do is work on your art. Guy Atchison is been one of my go-to gurus since I can remember, and he's got incredible books and things that he's written on tattooing philosophy, lighting situations, how to use the shape of the body to, help things flow, how to put things together, pulling things forward and back in your art, and that's one of probably the one single thing that's helped my career the most is just paying attention to that man and what he's willing to just teach. It's really amazing that someone that is that high regarded and has that much talent is just so willing to share it and show you. Yeah. And he's out there. GuyAtchison.com, search from Hyperspace Studios, all that. Yep. Man, if you're wanting to get in and you know art, you can draw, you can paint, you've got the vision, your third eye is big and strong, but you've got to take that and put it onto a body now. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And he is so good at taking your art brain and then wrapping that around a body part and how it's going to flow, what looks nice, how to weight things, where to move things. That's if you're wanting to get into tattooing and you've already kind of got your foot into that door and you've been drawing and you sketching and rendering everything, man, you're gonna be so far above the curve. So I would really suggest his sharing of his knowledge has helped me a lot. And every person that I've come in contact with that needs that help or needs that stuff,
point them in that direction.
Reinventing the Tattoo, Guy Atchison is a great place to start because he takes tattooing and just looks at it from his perspective, like kind of throws away all the old school mentalities and the ways of looking at it and tells you straight off, I've never been to school for art. Yeah. Right. There's no reason that you really should be listening to me. Yeah. But if you like what I do and you want to know how I do
this is how I do it.
This is it. Mm-hmm. So it's really enlightening and really kind of neat because even if you've had a traditional apprenticeship, you're getting this complete different perspective. And like me, I didn't have an apprenticeship. I stumbled through and figured out stuff I could, and I relied on the gifts of friends of mine that would share things with me. But even if you did have that upbringing or that background, it's a great perspective.
One more thing, two things. If they are an upcoming artist, check with your local art institute or art center or museum. They usually offer like still life drawing classes and all kinds of things because a lot of it comes down to learning the mechanics and then transferring it to the scan. Yep. The next thing would be is if there is a tattoo convention or something like that coming to your town, you might want to buy tickets in advance for them.
Yeah, they're a lot of fun.
And a lot of those will have like VIP access, so it kind of gives you like a different level so that you can purchase it. You can purchase it for 1 day, 2 days.
Talk about a gift. That'd be cool. If there's, if you can get online and there's several tattoo tours that go around and look around, man. If it comes close, that a tattoo fan would flip over getting tickets to a convention. Oh, yeah. If you've never been to a tattoo convention, it's pretty much just.
It's a circus.
It's like it's just like a big warm hug of a bunch of tattooed freakies. It's great. Yeah. Like nobody is uncomfortable there. It's like you can't stand out if you tried. Nope. You're not a weirdo. You're not a freak. You're surrounded by people that love the same thing you do, and everybody's just wallowing in it. It's awesome. There's music, there's entertainment. That would be a really neat gift.
Yeah, and I just thought of that off the top of my head.
Yeah, that'd be
been a while. Well, I mean, and a lot of them got canceled last year.
That's the trick
because of COVID. Yeah. But COVID can't last forever.
Nope.
It may seem like it, but we're close to ending this.
Bleach the planet.
Yeah.
Well, I think we gave people a lot of things to think about. On some of it, if I can find it, I'll put an affiliate link to make it easier for you. And all that money helps to buy equipment and et cetera and supports the channel because that's what I do with that money. Other than that, you've been listening to Q&A in the Kitchen. If you like this, give us a thumbs up. Let us know that you liked it. If you haven't already, subscribe, hit that notification bell so that you're notified every single time we post something. If you're listening to this and it's a podcast and you're on one of the other platforms, subscribe. We post these about every 2 weeks, COVID allowing.
Yeah, world allowing.
Other than that, check out our merch store, especially with the holidays coming up. There's lots of options on there that you might want to check out and see if somebody on your list can get something out of there. Everything from T-shirts, phone cases, yoga pants, fanny packs, all that fun stuff in hoodies, because it's definitely hoodie weather right now.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right.
Other than that, have a good day. Here's hoping all of your tattoos and piercings heal with ease and without a single issue. And if you're in the Des Moines, Iowa area, we hope to see you for your body piercing and tattooing needs in the future. Have a good day, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Thanks, guys.
Later,
Have a good
guys.
one.